Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 13. Again, in the last few episodes, we got fantastic ones. We got the heroism of not only probably the biggest hero I have ever met in this series, which is obviously Mirio. My God, that dude! Yeah, it's incredible. And after I read your comment that he fought still, I don't know, 5 minutes without a quirk, that is still impressive. So yeah, we met this hero, this amazing hero that is Mirio. But of course, let's not diminish the heroism that Eri had to. Yes, it's not as flashy, but she was willing to sacrifice herself so she can save people that she just met. And obviously, in the moment that she thought that everything was going down, and even with Midoriya there, everything was going down, she was willing to do that. So yes, we met a lot of heroes in these couple of episodes, or at least we saw actions that really give the name of heroes to these guys. So it's a spectacular, it's a spectacular moment because yes, as I said in my previous reactions of this series, this is a roller coaster of emotions. It's high points and low points, and again high, then again low. So yeah, that is a fantastic dynamic that we have here because that is what makes the episode exciting. It's not just a flat moment and then boom, a high point. Yes, that is exciting for a moment, but when you have these lows and highs, that is, I think, in my opinion, a lot better. But yes, and then in the end, we got the dragon hero Ryujin, I think it was her name. I don't remember. I'm gonna put an annotation here so I won't make that mistake. But anyway, yes, and now she's getting involved into this fight because the other giant dude is falling down. So yeah, it's everything exciting and the fucking cliffhangers that we got. Oh my god, it's so exciting. But anyway, yes, the only thing I have to say before going to the video is please consider a subscription if you're not subscribed already. Leave a comment so I know what you think about what you're about to see. And of course, if you enjoy what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and actually consider subscribing to my BitChute channel. So you know, in any case, anything happens with this one, you know where to find me, and obviously that on Twitter, because yes, I'm going to be in those places. But anyway, yes, I think I spoke way too much. Let's just cut all of these and watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 13th episode of the 4th season. And yeah, it is an interesting episode, obviously for the flashy animation and everything that was going on, but exactly because of what Nighteye has been saying. In the previous episode, Nighteye, as always said, from a certain point in which he reached Chisaki, he said that he was going to escape alongside with Eri, and obviously this brings a lot of problems in the future, not just for Eri, but for the hero world. And he was going to say, even in this episode, he said that Midoriya was supposed to die in a certain moment. I don't know if he saw being stabbed with the giant, rock. I don't know if he saw that. I guess he did, and he was completely wounded, and that's why he could not even act in a certain point. I don't know what exactly did he saw, but apparently in a certain point of this episode that changed. I'm glad that we got to see going in order in this episode. I'm glad we finally got to see how the Ryujin agency was just acting. We saw Nejiri, we saw Uraraka, we saw Suyu, and obviously the main pro hero of this agency. I would love to see more of this exterior fight. I would love to see an episode dedicated to this. But yeah, perhaps the pacing was not the best if we add that episode. I don't know, if we have added it in before Mirio, I don't know, still it will feel weird because apparently, and from what we saw in this episode, there was not much to say. It was a very short fight. The real fight started when he, the drug kicked in, as he said, and started to absorb the power that those around him. and in a very creepy way once he started to see, well, when the drug just, well, the effect were off. Yeah, very creepy with Nigiri, and my god, yeah. But thankfully he was defeated relatively easy, and thanks to the help of all the agency, and they could enter into this basement. And this is the moment in which the League of Villains was helpful for once. Because yeah, their plan was to just capture Eri for themselves, for their own gain, and just run away. But of course they needed the heroes' help. And that's what they did. They help. I love the phrase that they used, Chaos Ultra. And that's what they did. That was their plan. Unfortunately for them, it was not enough. It was not enough, and they did not succeed. Thankfully, because yes, we just needed their help, but not that their plan succeeded entirely. So yeah, thanks to the help of these guys, they managed to reach Midoriya and the rest, and I mean Uraraka and her agency, and they start to try to fight. Unfortunately, thanks for the condition, and I honestly thought that the pro hero was not being affected by the absorption of life force, but I guess she did. I guess that's why, yeah, she was just pushing herself, trying to save everybody, but it was not enough. She was not strong enough to fight against Chisaki in these conditions, and even Nighteye said that. And we got more information about Eri. We got a lot more information about Eri, and I feel like I'm jumping from topic to topic in this episode because it was very similar to what I felt when I watched the episode, jumping from topic to topic. So that's what I'm doing this. But anyway, as I said before, we got more information about Eri's quirk and everything that happens with this little girl. I understand more the outro now. That what is those clothes? What are those clothes? What does it mean? What exactly happened? And this is obviously Eri's fault. It's not her conscious fault because yeah, her quirk manifests, and that's it. She cannot control her quirk, and especially this honestly extremely powerful quirk that she can rewind. I don't know if anything that touches her or anything that she touches, or I don't know exactly what is the reach of her quirk, and she rewind her own father to the point of non-existence. Perhaps it's just a bacteria or an amoeba or something like that, which is extremely creepy when you think about it, and an extremely powerful quirk. And obviously everything that happened to her, that one of the Yakuza, in this case the old man, I don't know if his name was mentioned, it was actually his granddaughter. His daughter just abandoned the child, and unfortunately this makes fell into the hands of Chisaki, which obviously we know what he did to this poor girl, to this innocent girl, because yes, in the end she is completely innocent. She doesn't know any better. She doesn't know anything from what we saw. And that's when they start the experiment, and they experiment all this torture for this kid. So yeah, her life has been awful, genuinely awful. Perhaps the first few years of her life was nice because yeah, she has a family, but after what happened with the husband, the mother just abandoned, which honestly is a complete bitch. And I don't care what you say, the mother is a complete bitch from what we saw. And yes, this is the torture, when the torture starts, and this opens another window of the true personality of Chisaki. He is ruthless, even more ruthless than the leader of the Yakuza, the previous leader, because he didn't want to use his own granddaughter for him to reach the peak of the underground society. He doesn't want it, and I love that phrase he used. This is a human being. You are not going to use her. And yeah, perhaps he was based because yeah, this was his granddaughter. But from the way it's phrased, I don't think he wants to use anybody like the way Chisaki wants to use this kid. So yes, we start to see just how much of a bastard Chisaki really is, how much of a bastard overhaul really is. And he is obsessed with that goal, with the plan that selling the drug that destroys quirks to the villains and selling the quirk to restore the bullet that restore quirks to the heroes, so they could keep all the money to themselves and they rule over the rest of the world in a very sick way. Yeah, we know the plan. Unfortunately for Chisaki, this rewind power of Eri is helping Midoriya, because yes, Midoriya, every time he is going 100%, he's going to get hurt. That's what we see. But Eri rewind Midoriya into a moment in which he is not hurt. And yes, he is continually rewinding Midoriya into the point in which he's going to be a monkey, as Chisaki said, he's going to de-evolve Midoriya. But thanks to the wounds that Midoriya is provoking himself by going all out, the power is rewinding to a moment in which he's not hurt, and is again rewinding and rewinding and rewinding and rewinding. I don't know the consequences of this. I don't know what's going to happen with Midoriya after the fact. But in this case, it's fantastic because Midoriya is going all out, and now that Chisaki is used to a certain level of Midoriya, perhaps the 20% of Midoriya, which is an amazing speed and amazing strength, but obviously is not as much as Chisaki could not control, especially with the giant guy that he fused together. He's not used to the 100%. It's like fighting All Might. In this case, with obviously less experience for Midoriya, but again, with the power and the speed, it's like fighting All Might. And All Might, in his prime, is one hell of an adversary. And obviously, Chisaki is no match for him. Chisaki is not match for Midoriya. And he's kicking the crap out of fucking Chisaki. And he's so satisfying. And I love the representation. Obviously, I understand that Midoriya did not throw all those punches. But it's a representation of the overwhelming power that Midoriya has in that moment. And he beat the crap out of Chisaki, because what we saw and everything, even with the words that Nighteye said in the end, that this is not the future that I saw. I saw the future in which Chisaki escapes and Midoriya is dead. He did not saw a triumphant Midoriya, an unconscious Chisaki, because yes, from what we saw in the end, Chisaki is unconscious. And yes, I went back and watched several times the black image that we saw in the end. The last 2 frames. I have to very slow it down. And it's just Nighteye smiling. Which obviously I think represents that yes, Chisaki is done for. And Midoriya and the rest of the heroes won. They rescue Eri. Oh my god, it's so much. It's an amazing excitement that I'm feeling, because yes, as you saw in my previous reactions, I fucking hate Chisaki. I really did. I honestly hate him. Oh my god. Yeah, there are several things I do not understand. I don't know why I don't know if there is a mistake in the vision that Nighteye saw. I don't know. I don't know if really the power of protagonist of Midoriya turned on, and obviously he's not going to die because he's the protagonist. Or I don't know if we're going to get another explanation that perhaps because Nighteye saw, I don't know, Midoriya in his 20% or less, that's why his vision was close to that 20%, and in 20% he will have died, but in 100% it was just way too much, and he just, destroyed Chisaki. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. Again, perhaps it's just the protagonist power. That, is One For All is nothing. It's just the protagonist power of Midoriya that is just kicking in, and that's why he survived. I don't know. I have several doubts because I have no idea how Night Eye's power really works. But yeah, an exciting episode, hell yeah. Great animation, and hopefully, yes, this marvelous ending in which Eri is safe and everybody is safe. Oh my god. Yes, again, it was very satisfactory to see Chisaki being beaten like that. But anyway, I think I exhausted the topic of this episode. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, remember, if you are not a member of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you're subscribed, please check if YouTube if you're still subscribed to the channel. Because I have seen, and this is something that happens to me personally, I unsubscribed without wanting it, without me clicking in any button. I was unsubscribed from one channel that I was watching. So it's very weird what is going on with YouTube right now. So yeah, that's why I recommend you to subscribe to my BitChute channel too, so nothing wrong goes with whatever we're doing. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think in the comments, what you think about the episode, what you think about my reaction, and the commentary. So yes, I think that's it. That's genuinely it. I hope you enjoy it, and I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and see you on the next one. Bye!
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks, and see you on the next one.